Good evening, welcome to Basford United FC's ground in North Nottingham, the setting of the grand finale for the BUCS Big Wednesday powered by New Balance, as it's the final of the men's football championship between Loughborough and Nottingham Trent. Loughborough have had a cracking day already, with the women winning their game against Northumbria 10-0, and a win tonight would mean a first title for the men since the 2012-13 season 9 years ago. It would also be history for Nottingham Trent if they win. It would be the first time ever. But one thing that they already know about is beating Loughborough. They did it on the first day of the regular season back in October. So the big question to be answered tonight is, will the purple patch continue at Basford United, or will it be a day for the local lads? We'll be live very soon, but first of all, here's some thoughts from both managers. Jamie, thanks for joining us before the game. Under the floodlights, should be a cracking contest. What are your thoughts ahead of this one?
Just looking forward to it. I've been here all day pretty much. I watched the ladies win earlier for Loughborough, which was great, and I've just been watching the game just before. Raucous crowd, great occasion. So BUCS Wednesday, what can you ask for?
Absolutely, and this will be a great culmination for the men's ones as well this season. How have you been preparing for the game?
Just as every other game, we've obviously got things going on in the background with our UCL stuff, but we know that this one's vitally important. It's one of those where we know students will be leaving us at the end of this season. They'll graduate, so it's an opportunity to leave their legacy on the football team.
Of course, you're playing a side that you lost against on the opening day of the season and took a draw. What did you learn from those fixtures, and what have you brought into this?
It was a long time ago, but we know it's going to be a competitive game. They are big rivals of ours, so we're looking forward to it. It will be a test, will be a challenge, and I'm sure both teams are ready for it. And
you've mentioned it already, the atmosphere has been electric this afternoon. How big a role will that play in tonight's game?
We just got to try and block it out. I think we'll probably be the underdogs. I'm sure there'll be more Nottingham Trent fans here, but we'll do it for everybody back at Loughborough watching, and hopefully we can bring it home. And it's certainly a purple patch for Loughborough at the moment, winning the women's earlier on. If you could double it again, that would be great. And of course the men's senior team also in the FA Vars semi-final as well. What's the secret to this combination? I don't know. I actually don't know. No, I think we've built up a great team spirit. It's been a tough season. There's difficult games that we've had to play in, so we've grown in stature, maturity, mental toughness has grown as well. But we've got a good group of players. They work really hard, as I'm sure with every universities. They study all day and then they enjoy their football on a Saturday. But here you're representing your university and you want to do really well for everybody there.
Jamie, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Tom, big night for Nottingham Trent, historic night for them. What are your thoughts ahead of this final?
We are delighted to be here. It's been 4 years of hard graft. We've built a nice foundation to the programme. We don't have the most resources, don't have the best facilities, but we have brilliant people that are involved, staff, players, the bosses at the university are first class, and we've built something pretty special. I think we're a bit of an underdog in everything we do, and that's how we play, but we're very humble, we're hard working, we're honest, and we surprise everybody, and we're now here in the national final, so it's a really good achievement. Loughborough are pretty much a full-time football team. We train once a week. They're a massive institution, and we are the underdogs tonight, but we'll be fearless. We're going to get right after them. We're going to try and spoil the party a little bit and stretch them the best we can. We know their quality, we're aware of it, but we have some really talented young men that have joined our programme from all different pathways: professional football, come through the trial process, non-league football, and we've got some young men, and they will cause some problems. We've got a style that people don't like playing against. It can be unsettling, but we pride ourselves on that, and it's got detail to it and thought, and hopefully we can cause plenty of problems and make it really uncomfortable for Loughborough.
You've already played Loughborough this season, but at the very start of the season back in October, took a win away as well. How has that helped you in your preparation for tonight? Yeah,
they're a different team tonight to what played us that day, but they'll be a similar style. They like to make the pitch big, and they've got some really technically gifted footballers, but we don't want them to settle at any point tonight. That's our game plan. If they get into a rhythm, it could be a long night, but if we can scruffy things up and get a bit of territory, bit of momentum, they won't enjoy that. So as I've said, they're a good team. We know what they're capable of, but we will back ourselves. We can be a tough nut to crack as well.
Definitely, like I said, it's a historic night for Nottingham Trent, first time reaching the final as well. How has that helped to motivate the players for tonight?
The lads are they're very grateful to be part of our programme, at the top end of our programme. So we've got good players throughout the programme now. but they're very motivated. They won't need too much encouragement to get on the front foot tonight. It's just how they are as people. They're a pleasure to coach, pleasure to be around. It's been a fantastic season. There's been a few things go against us on the coming back from the pandemic and getting the programme up and running, but it's not phased anybody. They've just cracked on, played football. I think the bit that I enjoy the most, they love football, these lads. Like, they want to play, they want to train, they want to be good, they want to be good at what they do, and it's trying to channel that in the right way, which I think we've done to this point, and hopefully we can maybe go one step further this evening.
And one more question, as the local lads are expecting some big support tonight, how will that help as well?
It'll be a big plus, and again, our style, where the ball will be going in their box a lot. Hopefully a bit of noise and a bit of backing from, I think it's been told, to sell-outs, which is great, especially from the student ticket. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of the Pink Army this evening that have had massive success themselves further down the programme this year. So they're on top of the world at the minute and love football and love the programme. So they'll get right behind us, and hopefully we can get on top of this game in good spells and find a way to win.
Tom, best of luck.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Are on, the crowd are making their way in, and the stage is set for what should be a truly spectacular finale to today's proceedings in the men's National Football Championship final for the BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. We are here at Bashford United's ground in North Nottingham, and there we are, we can see the crowds making their way to their seats. All they're waiting for now is the teams to come in, and the tunnel has been pulled out ready for them to come. And just to run you through, so to remind you, Loughborough against Nottingham Trent. Loughborough looking for their first title since 2013, while Nottingham Trent making history by the very fact that they're here in the final. And I see a couple of the Loughborough supporters have made their way up the M1 to show their support. And Nottingham Trent sure will get a few more supporters in as the local lads see if they can take glory tonight. Well, just to run you through the teams very quickly. The Loughborough students, the numbers from 1 to 16. We have Ben Whiting in goal. Kieran Smith wearing number 2. Finn Brennan number 3. Sid Kerr number 4. George Ward number 5. Two of those defenders from Bromsgrove. Well, the team's starting to come out now. Ollie Parsons, Matty Bowman, George Wilson, Tappy Fadahunzi, Dylan Edwards and Cam Moore make up numbers 1 to 11. The substitutes you can see coming out for Nottingham Trent. Substitutes for Loughborough are Ethan O'Toole, Sam Smith as the goalkeeper, Suyo Saki Mensah, Luke Martin, Anthony Lynn.
Oh my God.
And let's go to Nottingham, who have gone with some, well, they've got a very sporadic with their numbers this time, according to the team sheets we've had. In number 1, the goalkeeper Ross Woolley. Number 63, Ollie Light is meant to be at fullback. The centre-back pairing wearing 4 and 5, which is a bit more standard. Jonathan Erebor wearing number 4 and Gianluca Bucchi wearing number 5. And then we jump back up to 68 for Archie Galley, who could be playing on the left back. 11 is Adam Bartram. Number 2, Prosper Cater. Number 7, Lewis Parks. 19, Tom Curzons. 30, Rio Molyneux. And number 9, Jack Gibson. And the substitutes who we've just seen walking across the pitch. The reserve goalkeeper, number 13, Cian Moore. Number 12, Finlay Troop. Number 17, Wilfred Peel-Evans. Number 60, Aaron Jones. And number 15, Ashley Butterworth. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm testing my mental maths today, or whatever happens. I mean, we saw a great result earlier on for Loughborough, who are looking to have a full clean sweep when it comes to top level BUCS football finals. The women won 10-0 against Northumbria. Can the men do the same tonight against Nottingham Trent? Again, a team that was very little to choose between them in the regular season. Loughborough finished 3rd with 16 points, whereas Nottingham Trent finished 1 point above them with 17. Crucially, in the head-to-head, Nottingham started their campaign with a win at Loughborough, and it was a draw when they came up to the city back at the end of the regular season. Loughborough had to play a round of 16 against Cardiff Met, which they won 6-0, and both were on quarterfinals and semi-finals to take us to this moment, as the teams are led out by their captains. Number 5 for Nottingham Trent wearing pink, Gianluca Bucchi leads out his men in pink as they look to stop Loughborough's winning run. Our men in the middle, the referee is Lewis Sanders Johnson, his assistants are Jonathan Hines and James Green, the 4th official is Guy Owen. Loughborough will have very recent memories of defeat to Nottingham Trent. Sides that didn't finish top of the Premier North, who will come out on top this time. Yeah, so we have a 68, that is Archie Galley. Just seen him coming across. Number 2, Prosper Cato. Loughborough just having one last team talk. They know what's at stake. The first title in 9 years. What will the captain be saying? We'll figure out the formation. We're expecting probably a 4-4-3 perhaps. That's what we saw in the women's game earlier. Let's see something similar. Final words of encouragement, motivation and tactics as Loughborough look for a clean sweep today. And Nottingham Trent having history with the very fact that they're here. That's their number 4, Jonathan Erebor. Big cheers from them, roars of motivation. So captain for Loughborough is Sid Kerr, wearing number 4. Shaking hands with Gianluca Bucchi. Let's see which way the toss goes. Referee explaining those rules, or he doesn't need to do that. 19 Com Curzons is just inside 11, just inside your shots. Number 11 Adam Bartram is playing us in a full-back position by the looks of it. Let's see who wins the toss. Loughborough take it, inside to go. Down towards the end where the river is. Will the victory flow for them tonight? It will fall to Lewis Parks to get us started in this, the final event. What is expected to be the last game to finish tonight on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. It's Loughborough versus Nottingham Trent. It's the final of the Men's Football Championships. All eyes on Lewis Sanders Johnson to get us started. And off we go. Nottingham Trent going high. Bit too much behind that one. Well, this just kicked off here at Barsford United. Today we have seen a spectacle of sporting treats across BUCS YouTube and Facebook page. And there's still more going on as well. Got some basketball, volleyball, lacrosse I think has been going on. And those are all live and all available to watch. So you should get your multiple screens going on, but of course focus on the football, because that's where we want all eyes down here at Barsford United, under the floodlights. See it all now. Get your popcorn. This is going to be a real treat, this one. Long throw. Defended by George Ward. Lee Parsons putting the pressure on, but doesn't come out. Has to go back to his fellow defenders. Spread by Loughborough, but intercepted. That ball looking for Tom Curzons, but it will bounce out for a goal kick. Well, first chance to see Ben Whiting in the Loughborough goal. The former West Bromwich Albion development player, plying his trade at Worthing Football Club down on the south coast. On it goes, the captain heading it on for Loughborough. Another aerial battle to come. Badahunzi to Edwards. Loughborough spreading it from one side to the other. Badahunzi grossing into the penalty box. Galley for company. Will come out to Cam Moore. Still trying to get away from Erebor. It will be a line out. Loughborough applying that pressure early on. Winning the throw in. Well, there's a healthy crowd suddenly. Still filtering their way into the ground here in North Nottingham. Barsford United are a level 7 side, playing Northern Premier League, Premier Division. The club founded in 1900. Been at Greenwich Avenue where we are today since 1991. Lots of history, but of course they love to connect with the local community that includes hosting this university men's football final at the top of the division. There's our goalkeeper for Nottingham Trent, Ross Woolley. Part of the he learnt his trade up at Lincoln City, and he was part of the side that faced Manchester United in the FA Youth Cup back in 2019. Unfortunately, it was a 2-0 defeat at the time, but all experiences to be learned from. We'll be applying those here. Good header from Prosper Cato. That's a searing run from Dylan Edwards, chasing that down. That ball goes out, it will be a goal kick. Well, by comparisons to earlier today, a bit of a steady start, to be honest. First goal at the women's game came after 1 minute. But these guys sizing each other up in the opening stages. Woolley assessing his options. Goes towards the right, bit of a tussle. Lovely flick. Loughborough charging down on the right wing. Edwards looked for Fadahunzi but had a lot of company. That's Kerr. That's a Smith. Good interception from Buki. Buki wearing the captain's armband for Nottingham Trent. The ball would just have too heavy a touch for Finn Brennan. Finn Brennan, formerly of MK Dons, and I went on a loan for Kepstone last season. Made a couple of EFL trophy appearances for MK Dons in the 2019-20 season. Well, back to where we were, we've gone full circle. Ben Woolley looking for the long goal kicking, I suspect, with the positioning of the players. We're going to the right unless he wants some players to run a bit more. Okay, so making the tussle for the ball a bit more competitive. Well covered by Jonathan Erable. Edwards, though, winning the tussle in the midfield. And it will come out to Bowman. Only two options in front of him. And next to him was Kerr. Fadahunzi looking to turn, but no threat with Gianluca Buki in the way. Oh, the goalie. He's been very busy for Nottingham Trent, but only for positional play. That's cool. Nice little touch. Gets Nottingham on the attack. A twist and a turn from Adam Bartram. Cato. He twists into over. He loses possession. And now there's a counter-attack from Loughborough. Edwards begging for it on the right wing. He might have been pushed a little bit too far out. Buki in front of him. Whipped in. That looks for more. Cross comes in low, but that's well cleared by Galley. Nottingham staying composed in their defence, despite the acceleration from Loughborough. Nottingham Trent having to trench in at the moment. Jordan Wilson. Well, ball play back downfield. That's a great burst of pace from Tom Curzons. How well Terence Smith was put under real pressure, as was the goalkeeper Ben Whiting. Now Cato trying to break down the side. That is a foul. First one of the game after 8 minutes. Oh, Loughborough providing our first closest chance of the evening. Dylan Edwards popping it to Matty Bowman. Cam Moore, a little shift and a shimmy. Trying to break it out to Wilson. Fadahunzi was waiting, but so was Archie Galley. Now we set up for our first free kick. Looks like it's going to be swung in by Lewis Parks, formerly of Eastwood, the number 7. Plays it quickly. They try to get round the edge of the Loughborough defence, taking it all the way and into the goalkeeper's huge calls for a penalty, but we're going for a corner kick. Well, you can make your own minds up on that one. It was a blistering run from Tom Curzons. Was it a challenge? Well, it's a very tight call, but our referee, Lewis Sanders Johnson, has awarded the corner. All of a sudden, Nottingham Trent are the ones applying the pressure. But a run came from Rio Molyneux wearing number 39. It's one of those tight ones, isn't it? First corner of the game. In swinger, looking for Molyneux just over his head. And goes down. That's another one. Loughborough being tested in their defence. Nottingham Trent creeping their way up, creating opportunities. Neither side wanted to give away too much. The coaches Jamie Clapham and Tom Shaw saying that each other was the favourite side. They've played a bit of a game of mental chess. Molyneux, lovely cross, and there's a header and there's a goal for Nottingham Trent. It was all Loughborough at the start, but a flash of a header and Nottingham Trent have burst into the lead after 10 minutes. Let's see amid the bodies who comes out. Well, it was a wonderful cross from Rio Molyneux. And he gets to celebrate. I thought that was a celebration. He's just doing his shoelaces up. Well, Archie Galley going from defending hero at one end to scoring hero at the other. He zipped and he zoomed and he found that space in the penalty box to get on the end of Rio Molyneux's whipped cross. And that puts Nottingham Trent in the lead. Well, Loughborough have to respond. Well, this time a few hours ago, Loughborough had 2 goals and are on the way to a third. Tail has been twisted here already by the local lads. Tom Curzons had a big role in that early attack. Jack Gibson is the man who's competing for the aerial battles all across the pitch at the moment. Kieran Smith is struggling. Finn Brennan, Sid Kerr also having problems. I'd expect it to come in again from Adam Bartram, and he'll look for his number 9. And he does win it, the forward. Onto Curzons. But a big hoof of a clearance from Ollie Parsons. He'll only find the scorer, Archie Galley. Kana is battling and jostling with Finn Brennan, but he does concede a foul. A little bit too eager to get to the ball. First one being contested. That is what we've seen in these first 12 minutes. Both sides sizing each other up, waiting for a little gap. It was Nottingham Trent that took it first. So Loughborough goalkeeper getting some, what should we call that, some alternative support on the far side. Cleared downfield. Smith will give it to Whiting. Ward. Kerr. Across he goes to Smith. They want to keep that momentum up. Edwards has to bring it back. That's a great take from Lewis Parks, twisting and turning away. He'll look for Molyneux, but there'll be too much on that one. Dylan Edwards actually used to playing on futsal pitch. A lot smaller than this one. Molyneux. Well, cross. I think he had a target in mind with that one. Bartram. Kersons. So then, big header away. Buki. Kersons, well, there might be a call from the referee. No, the contest is judged to be fair. And a throw into Nottingham Trent. Well, he's taking the time already. Running up to the ball is Ollie Light. He's facing a former school colleague of his. He used to play for Millfield. Well, I'm sure among the crowd is probably his former teammate at Millfield, Ben Rugatel, studying sports management at Loughborough. Well, I think we're expecting a long throw. Up it flies. Headed on, but it will go into the path of Whiting. Hoping Nottingham Trent to set up well. No problems for Erebor. Decides to go on a run, the centre back. Taken off his foot by Parsons. Well, that would have been a great effort. Edwards, Kerr, Loughborough back in possession. But going from side to side and needs to get a bit of forward movement. Adam Bartram. Over the top, well, a bit of a contest. Hunzi's gone down. And a tackle from Buki. But Ross Woolley is not letting go of the ball. Very keen to keep his clean sheets. Led in one goal in the knockout stages against Newcastle, Nottingham semi-final. Took them up to the northeast and they took a 3-1 win away to reach this stage. As we said before, first time competing for the trophy. Here's Ward. No worries with the pressure from Gibson. And Woolley calming it down for the local boys. The temptation is to say the home and away sides, but in a scenario like this, there are no home and away sides. Both of them playing in unfamiliar territory, but it is a wonderful pitch they're playing on, the 4G turf. That's why the ball zips and zooms across the surface, as you can see. Smith. Look for Hunzi, and he'll find him. Wants his overlapping run. It'll come back to Wilson. Wilson, the former Blackburn Academy player. Robin attempted the skill, and he wins the free kick. Loughborough now have a chance. And I suspect that this will be George Wilson who will loop this one in. This is a very talented player, George Wilson. So before, the Blackburn Rovers Academy played in the under-23s. Scored a cracking goal from 25 yards for them against West Ham in the 2021 season for the under-23s. Got the goal of the month for the league. He has a rocket of a right foot. Hopefully we'll see it later on. Molyneux went for the spectacular with his controlling touch, but like the standard miss. Hunzi. He's being forced out of his position, really, the number 9, where he's chasing these balls. He's a bit exposed. It's proving easy work, really, for Buki. It's just sticking to him like glue. 17 minutes in. Nottingham Trent only 1-0. Archie Galley's headed goal the difference. Back into Edwards and Kerr. It's Finn Brennan. Bit of space to operate in, but Prosper Cato in his way. Gibson was putting the pressure on. No problems for the Nottingham Trent centre back. Take the barometer reading down. Wilson on his toes. Gets it from Edwards, lovely bit of control. Keep moving, he asks for the free kick and he does get it. This is his territory. Expecting the one to go for the kick. It was a nice little move that he worked with Dylan Edwards. Controlled it into his path, almost hooked it with his left foot and drew in the contact with Jonathan Erebor. Exactly what he wanted to do, and that was to create a set piece opportunity. Referee, as usual, pulling the players back to the standard 10 metres. This could either be swung in by Finn Brennan or a right-footed shot from George Wilson. Swung in by Brennan. Looks for Kerr across the box. Fadahunzi tries to get the shot, but it is offside. Well, they tried for the intricate, but they didn't quite get it off. Let's have a look at the position. He knew what he wanted to do. Well, the header came down from Sid Kerr. What he wanted to do. He might have just started his move a little bit earlier than Tom Kerson's, the last defender in pink, wearing number 19 in the pink shirt. So if you're watching these teams for the first time, Loughborough wearing white and Nottingham Trent wearing pink. Edwards, some space to work in, but once again Lewis Parks nips it off his feet. Long ball downfield, that will go straight to Whiting. You see what both teams are trying to do, they're going for the over-the-head tactics, quite common in the university leagues, just trying to use the pace of their wingers. The problem is if you've got pacey fullbacks as well, it's a very even contest. Shara sent more running away. Wilson's waiting in the middle. Edwards to Fadahunzi, muscling, but Galley with him all the way. Gets a good round of applause on the far side next to the Nottingham Trent bench. That's Adam Bartram. He's communicating with Tom Kersons. He just needs to be a bit more in sync to get those high balls to work. Get behind the defence. Edwards, oh, he's got a burst of acceleration, he'll look for Fadahunzi, but that is Ross Woolley gobbling up the fast ball. He's in a very confident mood. Well, let's have a look at this on the set piece. So Sid Kerr, well, he seems to have tripped off another player running in, and it's always been taken as a foul by the referee. Oh, another foul in the build-up in the meantime on Adam Bartram. He's having a word with George Wilson after that one. But another chance for Nottingham Trent to float something into the penalty box. Of course, they were in a wide position last time. They decided to play it quick and get Rio Molyneux running at them, where we saw a bit of a debate for the penalty call. They might try it again. That's going long. He'll look for Gibson, heading it onto the goal, but Ben Whiting is there once again. Close, but no cigar for Nottingham Trent. Wilson. He'll go all the way to the opposite goalkeeper. It's a nice move again from Nottingham Trent. The number 9, Jack Gibson, had just eluded the back of the defensive set piece that Loughborough had set up. Just couldn't quite get the power on his header. Curzon's competing with Smith, but the Loughborough fullback coming out on top. Buki leading in his defensive mentality. Long throw, looking to get Fadahunzi running. Well read though by Galley. Another foul. Should delight, I think, of the Loughborough supporters. A chance for Loughborough to take some pressure away. Fadahunzi, he's just been stuck in no man's land a little bit in the opening quarter of this game. He's got a direct ball in. This could be the one. Cam Moore battling with Erebor, but he's pushed into the corner, and it will be a goal kick. The tricksy forward for Loughborough muscled out by the centre-back for Nottingham Trent. We'll see who you got on the screen is Prosper Cato. One of the many Gainsborough players, of course the head coach for Nottingham Trent, Tom Shaw, is the manager at Gainsborough Trinity, uses Nottingham Trent to give some of the youth players some experience. It gives them a chance to get some of those vital minutes in as they build towards getting a professional. Wilson. Now he'll feed Brennan. Kano for company. Moore. Trying to twist his way past the winger. Wilson is trying to run the show for Loughborough, but he's still in the right positions. That's nice in the midfield for Nottingham Trent. Chance to get the counter going through Barton. Gets pushed out. Will be a Loughborough throw. Got the right idea. Just trying to find that last piece of the puzzle. Here's Wilson. On to Brennan. That one won't elude the right back Ollie Light. On the run, Fadahunzi looking for the acceleration past Galley. He's got past him. Will this be the equaliser? No! Buki with the last minute interception to clear it away and go for the corner. That's why he's the captain. Brilliant read of the play. Just that little movement from Topi Fadahunzi. He had Matty Bowman in the middle of the penalty box, but the forward could not find his fellow winger. And Gianluca Buki in the right place at the right time. What will happen at the corner from Wilson? Oh, it's cleared and it's gone into the back of the net. I think that might go down as an own goal, but Loughborough find themselves back in the game. It was Sidka and Daud Ward putting the pressure on at the back of the penalty box. Let's have a look. I think that's number 11, Adam Barton. It's just come off his foot as it tried to volley it on. Just in the wrong place at the wrong time that time. And Loughborough, despite all that Nottingham Trent counter-attacking, are level. It's headed on by the fullback, and we have a real contest in our hands. Said so close with nothing to choose between them in the league season and in the knockouts. Nothing between them now. One goal each in the first 25 minutes. What can Bowman do? Has an overlapping run from Smith. He decides to go back to Kerr. Now the fullback gets the ball. Wilson. Lovely ball to find Brennan. That's just a little bit too light for Cam Moore. I'll have to start again. Just starting to get that confidence back. Looks for Fadahunzi, but a good read by Galley. Over the top we go. Molyneux onto it. Gets ahead of both defenders. Had a loss of a bit of a tussle with George Ward. Judged to have been won fairly by the referee. And we're back up to the other end. Fadahunzi heading on. That could be a foul. There was a stray arm in there. Another free kick for Loughborough in a very dangerous position. Well, Jonathan Erebor taking no runs around a little bit. Again, we find Wilson and Brennan standing over this one. The long ball tactic working this time. It's headed on. It was Ollie Lights that caught the head of Fadahunzi in the meantime. Wilson in swinger, looking for the goal. Saves at the bottom corner by Ross Woolley. Loughborough are suddenly firing on all cylinders and firing at the goal from all angles. That's what he's got a lot to do. 2 minutes after the goal. The corner kick to Loughborough. Brennan. Collected by Moore. Might let that roll out for a corner. No, Wilson will keep it alive. Another tussle. Throw in for Loughborough. Kerr facing a lot of pressure. That's going to be a foul. Bit off more than he could chew. I think he knew it. The player's still down. Or Loughborough. It might just be a word of warning at this stage. It's still early days. I think there's still Arden Bartram's done plenty of good work so far. I think he's just a little. Some may say deserved the yellow card. Some may say he was just a bit over-eager. Either way, no punishment yet from our man in the middle, Lewis Sanders Johnson. Just another free kick. Foul count starting to go against Nottingham Trent. They might run out of patience soon. Approaching the half hour. Brennan. That's headed on by Keto. Molyneux chasing this one. That's a really burst of pace. Oh, and the coolest man on the pitch was Ben Whiting. Send it back downfield. Vadahunzi offside, so he can't chase that. Oh, Molyneux was right on the winger, Matty Bowman, who was chasing back. Oh, great header from Ollie Lai. He gets there ahead, but it's judged to have gone out. Nottingham Trent all of a sudden finding another gear. Side to side. They're trying to weave their way through. Vadahunzi. Kerr. Didn't see the tackle coming. Here's Kersons. Well, let's put this ball in. He had Gibson in the middle, but it will be a corner following the defensive work of Kieran Smith. Second corner of the evening for boys in pink. Half an hour played. Loughborough 1, Nottingham Trent 1 in the final of the Men's Football Championships on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. It's a real eye catcher, this one. Balance on a knife edge. Floats it in, the header at the near post, just too high. Jack Gibson. Right idea, needs to be a bit more accuracy. It's a good chance to remind you, as we've already said, BUCS Big Wednesday brought to you as support of headline partners New Balance, who are selling bespoke event merchandise including a winner's range. Make sure you visit the BUCS shop on the BUCS website to order online and get yourself some brilliant new merch to celebrate your team reaching the finals, and who knows, could be lifting a trophy. We've seen so many big moments today. We're waiting for another one here. Right now, I wouldn't be able to call this one. Ollie Light is the man doing the defensive work at the moment for Nottingham Trent, former Millfield school player. Again, Kano winning it on the ball and breaking away from three defenders. We go back for a foul. Huge applause from the far side from the Nottingham faithful. Oh, and there's going to be a yellow card. I think this will be for dissent. Bit of frustration starting to boil over. Looks like it will go against Ollie Parsons. And that is the yellow card. That's our first one of the game. Sam Kerr did everything he could to stop that one. That was gone to Ollie Parsons. Could see the referee turn. Something was heard. Called to whisper of it in the wind. But again, Nottingham Trent with the chance to put in a threatening ball into Ben Whiting's penalty box. A bit of a debate going on between Lewis Parks and Rio Molyneux. He disagreed with something. I'm sure all those fans on the far side have an opinion as well. I don't think that Parks will listen to them. He's got his own plan. Molyneux stepped aside. The big men are up, including Arable. At the back is Gibson. They aim for the forward. Into the middle it comes. There was Galley, but it's taken off his foot by George Ward. A throw in. Nottingham Trent taking that pressure up. Pitching camp in Loughborough's half. Well, Lewis Parks had the right idea. Forward. Lewis Parks for Eastwood. Long throw comes in. I'll look for Kersons. Could have been a beautiful whip goal. Didn't quite have that connection. Ollie Lights launching it into the penalty box. Went for the headed clearance, but Kersons was under pressure from Bowman. Couldn't quite get his lines right. Headed on by Buki. Badahunzi. Held on to Edwards. Bowman was chasing that pass, but it got away from him. This will be Adam Bartram. Nottingham Trent always playing with 3 centre-backs. They've got their 2 flying full-backs in Ollie Lighton and the Adam Bartram. It's working on certain occasions, but I think they're not putting enough high balls to make their flying fullbacks get off on a run. Have to go a bit more direct. Perhaps they'll do that here, but not with Edwards in the way. Taken off Kerr's boot. Almost a double tackle from Bartram. And it gets Picato running straight down the heart of the Loughborough defence. Molyneux. Searing run coming past him from Light. Keeps going himself, Molyneux deflected, and it will be a corner. Again, he's frustrated with his teammate, Molyneux. But it was that last ditch defending to stop the cross coming in. And the corner count stands at 4-3 in Nottingham Trent's favour. And again, they crowd the goal line. Swinger here by Wilson. Light getting there. And a foul. So Nottingham Trent's attack ends there. About 10 minutes or so left at this half. Both sides have had their moments. Had big opportunities, one each. Scored them their goals. Something's just not quite clicked in that final third for them. Why don't we have it? We don't have a lead yet. Whoever can break that code, that's be our winner tonight. Oh, the intercepted pass by Lewis Parks. Gets Kersons going into the penalty box. There's the punch, and there's the goal! Well, Nottingham Trent cracked the code. They find Jack Gibson. Kersons breaking into the middle. Jack Gibson has just been ghosting around the edges of the defenders, waiting for an opportunity like that one. As soon as it came, he grabbed it with both hands, and the whole team celebrates that one. That's a big moment. And it all started from a Loughborough mistake by Kieran Smith. He was under pressure from Kersons. The interception by Lewis Parks. Then that Kerson had space, and it was just a case of tapping it in, really, from Jack Gibson. The Gainsborough forward, the 6'4" giants, striding into the penalty box and making a giant impact as it takes Nottingham Trent into the lead. Look at that celebration. Everyone straight over to the Nottingham Trent supporters. That's what it means. Edwards didn't quite have the control he wanted off the header as Loughborough looked for an immediate response. Now wide to Bowman, looking for Fada Hunzi. The falls to Kerr. Out to Brennan. Moore. It's gone down. That's another free kick won. And another bit of descent. We'll see a first Nottingham Trent player go into the book. Lewis Parks. Bit of mind games being played. Keeping hold of the ball. Again, the schemers. Finn Brennan, George Wilson, concocting the plan. Try and elude the Nottingham Trent defence. Set piece. Wilson's more direct on goal. The big men are up. It's Wilson. Oh, just didn't have the dip. A couple of feet over the top of the crossbar. Little taster. George Wilson setting his sights with 5 minutes to go of this first half. So plenty of time. But Nottingham Trent are certainly getting fired up. The crowd getting right behind them. The boards are bashing. The noise levels start to build around Basford United's ground under the floodlights. And it's for the local lads. Musgrove, it's caught. Edwards. Play will continue with the advantage. Fadahunzi chasing. As Galley for company. Back to Bowman. Across it goes. Just past Brennan. So it'll be a Nottingham Trent throw. Matty Bowman of Loughborough. A bit of a live wire. He's warmed up into this game now. Spent 2020 on loan at Pickering. Having trained at Scarborough Athletic. Applying his trade at Dunfermline Athletic. First year student, sports psychology. Here he goes on the break again. Finding Edwards, tries to put it into the middle for Fadahunzi, and there was George Wilson, who found his way through. Just the pressure from the defender put him off. Ollie Light tracking him all the way. Well, George Wilson, bit of frustration on his face. He knows he's getting nearer. The blistering break from Bowman. Edwards, he flashed it across to Fadahunzi, and well, those are the chances you have to bury. George Wilson will know that. Could have drawn Loughborough level. That would have been a very different team talk that Jamie Clapham would have been giving at half time. Kerr settling the nerve. Smith Kerr this time is under pressure from Parks, and that will be a foul. A little keen from Parks. He's got to be careful, he's on a yellow card as well. So just got to maybe take the intensity down. And they're up. Nottingham Trent needs to consolidate the position. Perhaps Loughborough's work on the ground may benefit them more than the aerial battles. Edwards. The pressure chased down by Kersons. Whitting looks for Fadahunzi. He only finds Prosper Cato over the top looking for Molyneux. He'll get to that ball. Gone down. Just to have dived. So a free kick to Loughborough. Just to eke out the minutes of this first half, which have been a very enthralling watch. Loughborough 1, Nottingham Trent 2. First goal coming after 10 minutes, off the head of Archie Galley. For an own goal from Adam Barton. Made it 1-0. And then a mistake from Kieran Smith. And now Kersons took the ball into the box, and guess who was waiting? Jack Gibson. To bury it in the bottom left corner for the lead. Sealed up all those goals shortly. Right now, still a couple of minutes left to play in this first half. And again, the aerial wall easily cleared by Galley. Gibson down after going into the challenge late. It's kept in play. Kersons bullied off it by Smith. Parks again winning it away from Edwards. Wilson. Bowman. Kerr. Gibson got himself up again. It's Brennan. Tries to face of the penalty box, but cleared away by Galley. It's Ward. Wilson might go for it, you know. I mean, they just want to work their way in again. So it seems like working it on the floor might be the best way for them. Wilson. Now the cross will come in. Headed away by Light. Molyneux looking to twist and turn from Parsons. He has the beating of the defender. 2 extra minutes of play coming. Molyneux charging down the field on that right side. He just needs his players to come in. Light gets away from him. Gibson lines it up. Past one. Goes for the shot. Great defence. Blocked by Ward. Long shot comes from Parks. Bit of spin on that, took it away. But Rio Molyneux searing down the right wing. It's just too much for Ollie Light. But Gibson took his time. Would have been on target were it not for the booming chest of George Ward. Everyone blocking it. George Ward said not having that. Goes down as a shot on target. Fine Fadahunzi. His touch too heavy. Bartram stolen off his foot by Bowman. Fadahunzi will get there. Back to Bowman. Edwards. The shot lined up. Cam Moore knows that was very close. Probably about a couple of inches away from that top right corner. They are getting nearer Loughborough. Molyneux's gone down. About 30 seconds left of additional time, but Rio Molyneux has gone down. He's called the physios on. There's a long busting run that he made down the right wing. Just calling for just a bit of an early break. Rio Molyneux, formerly Stamford. Played the 2021 season at Alfreton. Just tore up the leads down there. All the Nottingham Trent fans making their feelings known. And he's back on his feet. Won't be any change. might just see out the last few seconds of the half on the sideline, just to be sure. Over the top of Smith. Gibson controlling, but he won't get past Kerr. A booming tackle. Molyneux back in the fray. And that will bring an end to the first 45 minutes. Advantage Nottingham Trent going into the break. 2-1 was how it ended at the start of the season between these two sides back in Loughborough. That's how we are at the halfway mark. Nottingham Trent have the fans behind them, making history just by being here. Right now, they have the edge. Half time, Loughborough 1, Nottingham Trent 2. And it's been a very enthralling contest. And it started off with Nottingham Trent, both sides were just playing a bit of cat and mouse with each other in the first 10 minutes. But it took a set piece to get the first goal in. Well, it has been very much, as we say, cat and mouse. First big opportunity came for Loughborough. Clearance made by Sir Archie Galley. And, well, we've seen lots of controversy as well. A big run came from Rio Molyneux. The tackle came from Finn Brennan. And, well, it was judged not to be a penalty, but you can make your own calls. And it took us, as we said, a set piece. Molyneux at the heart of it again. And just one elusive run can be a massive decider. And Archie Galley stole in behind the Loughborough defence. And just, you can see the pace of the ball. And it only just takes a tiny little touch to get in. But then Loughborough started to work their way in, with Finn Brennan curling in. There was a bit of a debate about whether this was offside. It was given for a foul that a Loughborough player made on an opponent. And then Nottingham Trent kept peppering. It was Jack Gibson starting to work his way into the game, the 6'4" forward. And then Fadahunzi was set off. This was an opportunity that should have gone in were it not for Gianluca Bucchi, the Nottingham Trent captain. A little burst of acceleration from Tepi Fadahunzi. And Matty Bowman is just left wondering how he didn't get the ball. That led to a corner kick, and it did lead to the goal, which was an own goal from Adam Bartram. And you can see the frustration from Ben Woolley there, stamping the ground. George Wilson was at the centre of that, put in a free kick that he tried to test the goalkeeper right at his near post. And then this was a very close opportunity. Ollie Lightfoot throwing this one in. And a whip shot from Tom Cursons. Just didn't quite get the connection he wanted. But it's these occasions, it's sometimes the team that makes the errors. And it's about taking those opportunities. That's what Nottingham Trent did. Luke Parks winning it back, Tom Cursons. And all that Jack Gibson had to do was be in the right place at the right time. And that's exactly what he did to spark some wild celebrations. That was about half hour. Loughborough had a couple of opportunities after that one. But this is the moment that is separating the two sides at Basford United. Jack Gibson with the golden touch so far. As we said, Loughborough kept coming. And Edwards put the ball across. And George Wilson, who's just starting to warm into this game. He was right behind Fadahunzi. But you have to take those ones. You can see he was very, very frustrated afterwards. He knows that those are the ones that can decide games. Molyneux had made a blistering run down the right wing. Jack Gibson looking to double his tally. But there was a great block from the centre-back George Ward. And Ollie Light thought he could get in there. Well, plenty of drama, plenty of talking points from Basford United. Nottingham Trent just with the edge. But there's plenty of things to be decided next month in April in the Rugby Union. Well, that is a huge weekend coming up in the Super Rugby. The quarterfinals have been played today. There's a quarterfinal being played over in Cardiff at the moment. That's all to come in the future, though. Right now, Loughborough, who are behind, are hoping to make it a purple patch day because their women's team won earlier in the day. They faced Northumbria, and well, this is again, it was a superb performance from Loughborough. I won't say any more. Here's the highlights from that game. An appearance for the senior team in December 2020 before going on loan to Alnwick and then starting a Northumbria uni career. Played in by Domingo. That could set up really nicely, and we've got a touch on it, and it's into the back of the net. We have an early goal, and it's gone to Loughborough students. Beth Burgess. She's been one of the almost ever-present players. And Abby Benstead, all she had to do was feed it to Burgess. Oh, so close, Domingo! And that second has come. Loughborough have knocked on that door with real force in these opening 10 minutes, and having 2 goals is their just rewards. Sophie Domingo has been at the heart of their attack, and she certainly deserves that goal. Well, it was taken quickly at the throw-in once again over the top of the Northumbria defence, and a miscue from Libby Corney. Off the post it came from the number 9, Abby Benstead. All that Domingo had to do was tap it in. Well, the goal kick came, couldn't quite get it out. And well, maybe a medley of errors from Northumbria. Nelson, ball goes high again, but that's the only way of facing Northumbria getting possession. That defence is so tight. That back pass of Domingo might get there ahead of her number 6, Libby Corney. She's not going to try another one, is she? She's got the running from Benstead. Domingo keeps it in the penalty box. Pass 1, pass 2, and that's in the back of the net. Domingo with another brilliant piece of skill to light things up at Basford United on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. What can you say about a player like that? Sophie Domingo, where has she been hiding for this season? And again, it was Northumbria. Just with the medley of errors again. It was Beth Guy wanted to play it back, play it away from the attacking place. Libby Corney, though, had no idea that Sophie Domingo was running behind her. Kept her composure, so it moves away from another pass, and there was nothing. Forced to Burgess to keep it in. Taylor on the turn. Puts the feed, and number 4, Rosetta Taylor might get the shot away. Great save from Salmon. Still has to stay alive to it. Domingo's brought down, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Well, Domingo, they just have not coped with the number 11, combined with the ferocity of the Loughborough counter-attack. The Salmon just couldn't keep hold of it. And well, as Domingo snuck in, Shayna Wilkinson had to go for the ball, but the number 11 for Loughborough got there first. And of course it was a penalty. This is Rachel Brown looking to make it 4, and right into the roof of the net. They almost blew the roof off of it, just like they have done in this game. 4-0 to Loughborough, 25 minutes played. Wow, unstoppable. You do have to feel for Carly Salmon. She did put in a good save, but the reward was trying to face that. Rachel Brown has been one of those players, almost ever present. Only missed the last game of the regular league season. For them, the former Leicester, it only finds another Loughborough player. Wilkinson on the turn. She might get it back, and she'll put the shot in, and it deflects into the net. It took a little deflection off the Northumbria player. Well, we could call that an impact substitute if you like. Jessica Richardson grabs the 5th. That's right, the 5th goal here after just 27 minutes. It's got echoes of a certain game down in Brazil almost 8 years ago. Loughborough are absolutely roaring right now. Admittedly, they had some help with a bit of a deflection. Might have come off the boot of Libby Corney right at the end. But Jessica Richardson adding the 5th. Italy and Rosetta have a lot of freedom in the middle of the park. You can see that in front of you, and it allows the runners on the wing like Domingo to run in what could potentially be a hat-trick goal, and she gets it. That is a just reward for the number 11 of Loughborough. It's as simple as that when you play in a team as good as this one. Domingo gets a hat-trick goal in the final of the Women's National Championship. The sun is well and truly shining on this side right now. Well, just as I was saying about the space that the Taylors have, the 1-2 comes off. Just a little dink past Maddie Dodds, who's changed positions, and Domingo was already on her run. And once again, Carly Salmon did everything she could to put pressure on, but absolutely nothing came. When Domingo gets an opportunity like that, you know she's going to take it. I said that 6th goal was proving elusive. No more is the case. Loughborough 6, Northumbria 0. Fouls to deal with. Header 1, and there is the 7th. It's a sweet 7 for Loughborough on what has been a simply stunning day for them. That is the centre-back Charlotte Greengrass, climbing highest, jumping up and smashing that ball with her head into the bottom right corner. Carly Salmon was like a statue, and the ball bounced. And you can see how high she climbed. No worries for the Loughborough goalkeeper. And back come Loughborough. Taylor with twinkle toes. That's Val Domingo slipping away from Corney again. She has Richardson. She's got Burgess on the far side. Domingo puts it all the way through. There's Burgess, and that's the 8th. Well, if that proves to be the last goal, it will be a superb one and a definition of Loughborough football today. Counter-attack from one end to the other. It started with Kia Webb and it ended with the brilliant Beth Burgess finding the back of the net from close range. Superb team goal. 8th of the day. What more can you ask as a Loughborough women's football fan? And we'll take this all the way from the opposition half. It was fed into Melissa Turson-Burrell, and it was just a case of threading through the defence, something that Loughborough have done all afternoon. There's almost a guarantee when they pass it to Domingo that she'll get the ball. 3 running players to choose from against 2, and all Beth Burgess had to do was get a foot on it. And Carly Salmon just left, and no one was allowed. That is how you play counter-attacking football. Taylor with the twinkle toes, as we said. And the substitutes also getting involved. Number 16, Katrina Morrison playing her part. It's Haaland. Straight onto low. Now she's got the ball back. Counter-attacks on. Domingo's away again, and you do feel this one. This could be number 9. She's got Burgess, but Domingo goes herself. That's her 4th of the afternoon. Dynamite from Domingo to blow Northumbria away. A 9th of the day. Well, believe it or not, this is a final. These two sides were very evenly matched coming into this one. But Loughborough have just stormed away with this.
Pick her up then. I was like, oh, that might make a nice picture, and then put it back down.
It was Haaland getting ring road. The ball ran rings around Jane Haaland, and as soon as the long ball goes down from Loughborough, guess who's onto it? Sophie Domingo. Had Beth Burgess on a spot looking for a hat-trick, but Sophie Domingo decided, no, I want the 4 goals. Loughborough 9, Northampton 0. Well, I said at the start of the half it wasn't a question. Intercepted though by the centre back, and Domingo's away again. The flag stays down. Is this number 5? Yes, it is. It's number 5 for Sophie Domingo. It's number 10 for Loughborough. It's a simply sensational day for the Loughborough women's football team. They have run away with this women's national championship title. And unless a miracle happens in the next 5 minutes plus stoppage time, the party has certainly started, and they could party like it was 2012. Well, an appearance for the senior team in December 2020 before going on loan to Ol. Plenty to get excited across the day on the BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. And we've got 45 more minutes of football. That's all we've got, ladies and gents, under the floodlights of Basford United. And if you're just joining us, well, anything can happen. We'll see. Well, Loughborough right now, Loughborough 1, Nottingham Trent 2. We have found out if it does end in a draw, we'll have 2 spells and 15 minutes of extra time, and if we are still all level at that point, it will be, you guessed it, a penalty shootout. Loughborough with the uphill task. Just got to wait for our man in the middle, Lewis Saunders Johnson. And again they go for the long ball, read straight away by Buki. We are watching this live on BUCS YouTube channel, and we've had an array of sporting talents on display across the day, across 11 different sports. From badminton to table tennis, all the way to rugby league. Been a very busy day in the city of Nottingham. It's coming to a climax here. Basford United. Still a couple of other games going on in basketball and volleyball and lacrosse. You won't want to take your eyes off this fixture. Nottingham have just the advantage, but it's going to be a very, very close finish. Been chasing it in. Fada Hunzi slips in the penalty box. Be out for a corner kick thanks to Bartram. In case you missed it, was Nottingham Trent that opened the scoring after 10 minutes. That's the number 68, the centre-back Archie Galley. Whipped a header into the corner. And then 15 minutes later, an equaliser came. Left the pressure too much for Bartram. Bundled into his own net following a corner kick. But an error handed Jack Gibson the opportunity to put Nottingham Trent back ahead. Can Loughborough take this opportunity? Fada Hunzi heading across. Shot comes in, Bowman, but straight at his own player. Sam Kerr has to go backwards to go forwards. Nice shimmy from Brennan. Wilson has set Fada Hunzi up. Mentioned Wilson already, the former Blackburn Rovers under 23 player. Very bright talent. Had a big opportunity towards the end of the first half to draw Loughborough level for the second time, but couldn't take it. a bit of a reshuffle from Loughborough at half-time. Matthew Bowman has moved out to the left wing. We've got Cam Moore working more down the centre. The cross whips in, and Edwards just falling as the ball came towards him. The double attack of Fadahunzi and the number 10. They weren't quite able to get onto it. But as we say, they've switched side, and it seems to be working early on. Matty Bowman letting his head down and putting a whip on the ball. Just a bit too much for Dylan Edwards. Ollie Light putting the pressure on the young fullback. Not able to stop the Grosco. Header won by Gibson. Had it on to Curzons. Whiting having to think quick. Again, the number 9 winning those aerial battles. Parks onto Light. Nimble on his feet. Fadahunzi jostling with Erebor. In comes Bukato, but a foul goes against Nottingham Trent. Erebor questions the decision, but Lewis Saunders Johnson, the man in the middle, has made up his mind. He's into the back of him. Well, 2 of them go into the back of the number 9 of Loughborough. It's taken quickly, kept in brilliantly by Edwards, but he just didn't stay in himself. Molyneux has taken the foul, much to the dismay of Kieran Smith. Clearance came from Galley. Looked for Molyneux. And the number 39 taking it on. Judged to have dive, that's why Loughborough have a free kick. Fadahunzi jostling in the penalty box. Hoofed downfield by Erebor. Molyneux's back on his feet. Cato winning that one. Parks into the number 2's path. Muscles Wilson off the ball, but straight into a throw-in for the men in white. Just a reminder, if you're watching for the first time, Loughborough wearing the white, kicking from right to left. Nottingham Trent, pink and navy, kicking from left to right. No substitutes from either side at half-time. Jamie Clapham, the head coach of Loughborough, and Tom Shaw, his opposite number at Nottingham Trent. Happy to let the players continue chipping away under the floodlights in North Nottingham. Another wonderful setting. I mentioned before, we're playing on the 4G turf here at Basford United. That's having an impact. That ball does move at pace, especially at this time of day. Fadahunzi looks to get his head on. The header came across. Never going to threaten. Bowman. Cross looks for Fadahunzi again. That'll come to Kerr. Tried to tee up Edwards. Headed away. Molyneux again calling for a foul from Kieran Smith for the aerial battle. Not getting it. Parsons letting more go. Now Loughborough found some lightning. Molyneux takes it on the foot this time, and again he goes down. Referee letting it play on. I think he might have had enough of the games. Light gets Molyneux away down the right wing. Ward for company. Crossed in just over the head of Curzons. There was a flash of an opportunity. Edwards down. But a throw in to Nottingham Trent. Won by Barton. And Edwards just has to sit and wait and wonder. It's actually an international for Wales in futsal, indoor version. Football played in the under-19 teams in the Euros before COVID. Now ball came under pressure from Fadahunzi. Trent digging deep. Fadahunzi's been asked to do a lot of work. He's forced the clearance out of Woolley. Ollie, light. Pushes the ball out under pressure from Brennan. Worked and built himself into this game. Wilson with Gibson for company. Kano just weaved his way past. Gibson's pass is wayward though. Ward to Wilson. And that's a nice little setup. Edwards, the ball just gets left behind. Wilson able to get it in to Smith. Bowman takes it back. And that sets Cato off following his interception. Going cross field. Well, Molyneux will get there. Past Brennan. Into a dangerous place, and that will be a corner. Trent spreading the play wide from left to right, earning themselves an opportunity at the corner kick. 5th of the evening. See who puts this one in. The Adam Barton sit the ball in. Number 11's been very busy. Formerly of Runcorn Linnets. Barton just assessing his options. All the big men are in the middle. Goes short, looking for Gibson. Time's up, cleared away. Counter attack on. Kerr, but a brilliant tackle from Prosper Cato. Takes the momentum away. Kerr looks for Edwards. The wall of pink was in the way. Oh, that mistouch by Smith. Allow Curzon's in. He looked for the foul. Wasn't going to get it. Well, Loughborough's fans are starting to make some noise now. On the right side, the far end of the pitch. Ollie Light going for a customary long throw-in, looks for Gibson. Could be a trial driver from Galley. Goes wayward. Cursons will allow it to run out. Another long throw perhaps. Galley's making his way into the penalty box. Ollie Light to the sideline. You do the maths. Long throw imminent. Galley it was. Open the scoring 10 minutes into the game. 10 minutes into the second half. No change in the score. Light throws, goes to Galley. Wilson clearing high. Light drops it back into the penalty box. Calls for a handball from Nottingham Trent. But they're not going to get it. Airball getting the better of Fadahunzi. To Woolley. And I might have to look back at that one. But certainly a jostle for possession. Ward able to take command. Edwards, bit of a rainbow flick to keep it under control. Bowman skipping away. Kerr. Moore. Fadahunzi running into the box, looking for the turn. Brings it back to Moore, just a little bit too heavy. Wilson, he's gone down, and that will be the foul. Error ball. Might have a foul. Well, let's go back to that incident. The ball came very high. Just watch the hand. of the defender. I'm not sure about that one. It's a very close call. We've had a couple of them tonight. Well, it's the hand of Ollie Parsons. It's just in an awkward position. Awkward enough to start a debate. Well, free kick. George Wilson. Probably eyeing this one up, you suspect. He had a direct free kick about 30 minutes into the first half. Floated a few feet over the top of the bar. And he had a very close opportunity. Second attempt. Finn Brennan is company. It's Finn. Punched over the goal by Ross Woolley. Had to be there. A strong hand. Just about gets enough to deflect the ball away from the net. Well, have a look at this angle. This is a beautiful one. Just a bit of whip. But Ross Woolley in the right place at the right time. Here comes another whip one. Bit of a melee. Bowman. Here's Wilson. He'll go for the shot. It ends up a few metres wide. Oh, Wilson in space. Will always be dangerous. Our first substitution of the evening has arrived. It's going to be the end of Dylan Edwards' night for Loughborough. And Ethan O'Toole will be coming on. One of the Bromsgrove player, one of the former Bromsgrove players, another one of their alumni running onto the pitch, wearing number 12. Oh, Loughborough has their first big sniff at goal for a 10-minute spell. Here they come again, Cam Moore, Badahunzi. Kerr goes wide again, looking for Bowman, who's really become more involved in the attacking play. As a header straight away for the substitute, Ethan O'Toole loops over the top of the goal. But there's some early intentions for you from Ethan O'Toole. This is Ethan O'Toole's 11th appearance of the season for Loughborough. He appeared in all the knockout games. Missed the first two of the season, that included the loss to Nottingham. He did appear in the draw. Gibson didn't win the aerial battle that time. Ward, Badahunzi trying to break free of Galley. He's gone down. Referee allows play to go on. Ollie Light puts it up the pitch. Big tackle on the right from Parks on Wilson. I went for the Zidane-esque turn. Ollie Parsons wasn't going to get past Lewis Parks, but Loughborough still find themselves in attack. That goes to Wilson. He'll go for the shot. It's deflected away by Ollie Light, just in the right place to stop the wandering Wilson from finding the net. Ward, now it's his turn to take a stride. Finds Badahunzi. It comes into O'Toole. He's brought down in the penalty box, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Loughborough have suddenly taken up the intensity in these last few minutes. 3 visits to the penalty box, and now they get their reward. Great ball from the centre-back. And Erebor, his tackles admittedly have been a little bit stray in this second half. He's had Topi Badahunzi has been a handful for him, and the arrival of Ethan O'Toole onto the scene just as appears to have been too much for the number 4. And well, what a big moment in this final of the Men's Football Championships. Well, a few opinions were expressed around the ground here at Basford United, and apologies if you did hear any strong language amidst all that from our pitch side microphones. Full silent now. As Matty Bowman is the man to step up for Loughborough. This to draw them level with just under 30 minutes to go. Bowman, beautiful, coolly into the back of the net, waited for the dive of Ross Woolley, and the equaliser was just gifted to him. There's a small smile on his face, and you can understand why. It's drawn Loughborough level. Well, he did everything he could to distract, but he'd already gone to the left side about a year before Matty Bowman decided to hit the ball. This angle will show you how much of this net was available to him. Just caressed the ball across the goal line. And it's Loughborough 2, Nottingham Trent 2. Jack Gibson hooks it back into the opposition half. Badahunzi getting ahead of Galley. Moore. Kerr. Oh, Loughborough have suddenly found that second lease of life. Smith. First time ball. Easy to clear for BUCS. Light. Making light work of that clearance. There's an opportunity again for Loughborough. Parsons and Brennan exchanging. Ward, Wilson. Had Bowman, found O'Toole. But that pass is far too light, and there's a breakaway for Nottingham Trent. They need far more options, though. He's all on his own. Advantage can still be played. Well, referee says it was a clean tackle by Loughborough. That one certainly isn't, by Jack Gibson. And I think the card's going to come out for the number 9. We'll take a look at that passage of play. There was a foul, first of all, and this is the foul by Jack Gibson on Ollie Parsons. Not too difficult a decision, that one. It does mean that Jack Gibson gets a yellow. The ball to Ben Whiting. Put the goal kick in. I think he's just doing that to stay warm, to be honest. Finds Badahunzi. Get onto it again. O'Toole. Touch a tad heavy. Cross from Smith. Looks for Wilson. No problem for Woolley. Headed on by Gibson. Giving it to Nottingham Trent, the linesman. Reminded our linesmen are Jonathan Hines and James Green, assisting Lewis Saunders Johnson, the man in the middle. Fourth official, Guy Owen. Ollie Light has one thing on his mind. Flashbacks of Rory Delap in his head. I think Christian Fuchs of Leicester also had a go at these. He was playing, not too far away. But Loughborough have no problem clearing away. They'll get the chance to get us restarted. Coming into the last 20, coming towards the last 20 minutes of this game. A reminder that if we're still level after 90 minutes, we go to extra time, 2 lots of 15 minutes. And if we're still level, the penalty shootout. Cam Moore might have something to say though. Tries to get past Arable. He's got to be really careful, the number 4 for Nottingham Trent. He's on a yellow card. Gave away the penalty. You just wonder how far the patience of Lewis Saunders-Johnson will go. Another foul given away. That penalty count, that foul count really ticking up for Nottingham Trent at the moment. Wilson and Brennan stand over it. Will be Brennan to put this one in. The header's good. Just a little wide from Ward. Lots of power behind it, just lack the precision. Those moments are the ones that can decide. Fixtures like this. Two sides are so evenly matched before tonight in the final of the Men's Football Championship on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. You'd be a brave person to call this one at the moment. Gibson gets the bounce, but Smith puts it back in Loughborough possession. Light. Oh, I think BUCS has made a bit of a hash of that. Wilson able to break, keeping Light at bay. And a twist and a turn. I think the ball has just gone out, and our linesman confirms that. Rio Molyneux is holding his side, just in front of our commentary position. He's not happy about something. I wonder how long his evening's going to last. It's the number 39 for Nottingham Trent. Prosper Cato having a word with some of the fans, getting some encouragement. He's one of the other Gainsborough players. It's part of an incredible achievement for them when they won the Lincolnshire Senior Cup semi-final against Boston United. He was part of that side. Jonathan Arable, the number 4, is actually the scorer of the winning goal. Who knows? Could see more heroics like that tonight. Nice control from Jack Gibson. Moving a leg up. The Loughborough hoofing it back downfield. Badahunzi might have got a hand onto that, but our referee says no. He tussles and he wins the foul. Fury from Nottingham Trent. They thought there was a handball in there, but it will go to Loughborough. 20 minutes to go. Loughborough 2, Nottingham Trent 2. Free kick taken quickly. Cato tries to break, but a great tackle from Cam Moore, and a move gets him into the penalty box, eluding 2 defenders, but Jack Gibson puts it back downfield. He's asked Molyneux to do a lot of work. Controlled, composed header from Leeson. That's Parsons. Finds Badahunzi, look for O'Toole. Oh, everything just starting to click at the moment for Loughborough. They are starting to dominate possession, moving the ball from side to side with ease. The aerial battles are going their way. Finn Brennan must be a big part of that. Moore and O'Toole combined, but Arable manages to take the ball away. Ward to Smith. We'll have a substitution coming for Nottingham Trent shortly. Bartram. His clearance deflected. Won't go as far as he wanted. But this is the first substitute of the evening for Nottingham Trent. Coming off is Lewis Parks. He was on a yellow card. Maybe just not getting into the game as much. And coming on his place is Aaron Jones, wearing number 60. how could that change things? Aaron Jones, formerly of Lincoln United. One of those players that's been on the periphery a bit for Nottingham Trent this season. He's part of the team in the first 5 games, and he was out until round 9 before playing in the quarter-final. He'll win against Northumbria. Again, Loughborough find themselves with a chance to attack deep in Nottingham Trent's half. Moore. Cross goes in. Header 1. Oh, there's a late foul. Sid Kerr went in late. And the referee almost swarmed by a flurry of pink as the Nottingham Trent players appealed to him for a card. The players off, it was Tom Kirsten that went down, and it is a yellow card. 2 each for the evening. Just about equal in every aspect at the moment, these two sides. Equal in cards, equal in shots, and most crucially, equal in goals. Just over 15 minutes of normal time left. I feel like it's going to be one of those evenings where it takes something special to separate them. Woolley launches it. Smith winning the battle with Gibson. Nottingham Trent's turn to have possession deep in Loughborough's half. That was Kerson's. Twists and turns, no one in the box to pick up that. Cato tussles with Brennan. And it is a corner kick that he's won, the number 2. Dogged determination, winning this slimmest advantage for Nottingham Trent, resulting in an opportunity. A deep line set piece. Yeah, this will be Adam Bartram to swing the ball in. Plenty of options for him, goes low. Very equal to it, Fada Hunzi taking it away. There's been a coming together between them, but play continues. Moore had O'Toole ahead of him. Wilson almost found a substitute, a deflection, putting it into the path of Moore, but Brennan back to Moore. Vital clearance from Galley. As O'Toole was running in again. Fada Hunzi's up on his feet, and he's in the penalty box. He's been pushed out. Kerr with a more direct approach. Calls for the ball to be played forward, but Nottingham Trent are set up very well. The positioning of Aaron Jones has proven a bit of an irritation for them. Aaron Jones wearing number 60 for Nottingham Trent. They do have the throw-in. It's in a good position this for Brennan or Kieran Smith. It is the fullback. Gets the cross in. There is Brennan. Parsons. Lovely pass from Moore. Straight across the face. Light. Bit exposed, but a lovely bit of skill. Pumps back to Loughborough. Playing the triangle around Light. Wilson in acres of space. Here's Bowman. Bites the tackle from Cato, but it doesn't come away from O'Toole. And he'll commit the foul, much to his aggravation. Loughborough again can whip in a ball. Could give goalkeeper Ben Woolley something to think about. moment, the difference is probably the discipline at the moment. Could cost Nottingham Trent a huge, huge prize. If certain events unfold. Brennan standing over it, Wilson stands aside. Goes to Fadahunzi at the back, it's too high for him, so it'll be a goal kick. Ollie Lights on the floor, and the physio's being called over. The physios haven't got the message yet, and now he does. What's on the way? Well, thought they were. Chance to pause. Also an opportunity to say on this BUCS Big Wednesday powered by New Balance. It's brought to you with the support of BUCS Partners EY, one of the UK's best employers, as they work with BUCS to employ talented students onto their graduate, intern and Insight Week roles, offering something for students of all years. BUCS athletes can have their applications fast-tracked, so if you are looking for a fulfilling role at a brilliant organisation, get your application in and tick BUCS as a partner and fast-track eligibility to get that ball rolling. Really is worth it. Lots of opportunities to be created through the great work that BUCS do. So they really are the talents of the future. They've been on display across BUCS Big Wednesday powered by New Balance. Meantime, Ollie Lights receiving some treatment. Archie Galley, his fellow big number fan, giving him some support. He's up on his feet, just a bit of cramp perhaps. He has been running up and down the pitch. When there's been an attacking opportunity, he's always been one of the players around the penalty box, alongside the likes of Gibson and Kersons. A great asset to have for Nottingham Trent. One of the reasons perhaps why their goal difference actually was 13 goals scored, 13 conceded in the regular season. Dogged determination in attack and defence balances out. What are you receiving? Contradictory instructions. Goes straight onto Kerr's head. Moore back to his captain. O'Toole. That was Bowman. Wilson taken off his foot by Cato. Wilson, he's managed to get away from one, back to two, and that is another penalty! Look at the disappointment from the Nottingham Trent players. Well, we said that Wilson's a brilliant player, just takes one little flash of brilliance to create an opportunity. That's what he's done there, with 10 minutes to go here at Basford United, and a massive, massive opportunity to get a little bit nearer to victory. Bowman has the ball in his hands. Those Loughborough fans have suddenly become a little bit noisier, and they've flooded round to the other goal. Well, the captain for Nottingham Trent, Gianluca Bucchi, is taking his time, doing his shoelaces, playing a few mental mind games with Matty Bowman, who could become the hero. This for the lead. And he's done exactly the same again. Cool as you like. Straight down the middle. Matty Bowman with a blinding touch and a blinding score. And he's turned this game on its head. Loughborough, for the first time in this game, and with 9 minutes to go, have the lead, 3-2. The whole team went over to celebrate. And he leads them back A huge roar of celebration from the number 7. 2 goals for him, both from the penalty spots. Well, I said the difference today could be down to discipline. And right now it's what's given Loughborough the lead. A wry smile across the face of Cameron Moore. Perhaps that victory, that first BUCS victory in 9 years for Loughborough men, could be on the near horizon. Fadahunzi trying to get to that ball. It's gone over the goalkeeper. This could be number 4 for them. Oh, it's all the way in. Has he stayed outside? Yes, he has. Tupe Fadahunzi has been working like a terrier all through the game. The goalkeeper's come down to celebrate with him. Roars of celebration. And it's looking like a bright purple day of victory for Loughborough in the football. Ben Woolley admitted the architect of his own demise as he came out for the high ball. He tried everything to stop the number 9 for Loughborough. As the ball trickled in, there was an inevitability about it. And Tupi Fadahunzi makes it 4-2 to Loughborough. In the space of 2 minutes, they've gone from drawing level to being in front. Well, we'll have a look at those 2 goals, have a look at the penalty and the goal in a moment. In the rate Loughborough going, they've certainly found their scoring touch. There could be another. Headed away by Ollie Light. Kerr finding more. Fadahunzi. Oh, they are firing on all cylinders now. Comes to Fadahunzi. O'Toole. Wilson. Puts it out to Bowman. He's on a hat-trick. Just pushed away to the edge. Wilson looks for the drag. Not quite able to get away with it. Molyneux. He's been asked a lot. Whiting should clear this. No. We'll go back for it. It will be a throw-in right in the corner. With a new ball. Oh, the tram that's going by has picked that one up. Well, what a half for Loughborough. Coming into it 2-1 down. 2 Matty Bowman penalties. And 1 disastrous error from Ross Woolley. Gifting Fadahunzi the goal on a plate. And the game has turned on its head. So he's going all the way on his own. What a save from Ben Whiting. He's had very little to do this evening, but he stayed on top of his game there and stopped a charging Prosper Cato from the prospect of another goal. Just under 5 minutes of normal time. We'll expect a couple of minutes of stoppage time. O'Toole's gone down. Well, the Loughborough fans are singing now. They're banging the slides. They're singing their songs. And they're basking in the floodlights of Basford United. Another foul conceded by Nottingham Trent. That has been the difference in this second half, is the discipline. Collins and Moore keeping it, not quite keeping it in. And it's just a sense of the way that the players are walking around. You look at Jonathan Earbold and number 4 at the almost in the centre of your shot, just hunching his shoulders, perhaps sensing what is to come. But Ollie Lights will try and do something about it. Wow, Brennan is going to leave Ollie Light with a souvenir, at least on his shin. A big mark from the ball will come after that. Throw to Loughborough. As we come into the last couple of minutes of this game, it's probably time to start thinking about a man of the match. There's been lots of creative players out there for Loughborough who have just warmed into this game nicely, matured into it like a nice wine. But I think one that has done that more than any of the others is probably Matty Bowman. I don't know if he starts, but he became an absolute demon on that right wing. He had full confidence when taking his penalties to stroke them into the net. To draw, first of all to draw Loughborough level and then to put them ahead. He's played a key role. Ball fizzed in just ahead of O'Toole. So I think for me the man of the match has to be Matty Bowman, the number 7 for Loughborough. Nottingham Trent could still have a say. It's Cousins. It's gone down in the penalty box looking for contact, but the referee, Lewis Sanders Johnson, is not buying that one. Well, let's just have a quick reflection on how the game has suddenly changed. George Wilson moving away from the tackle with effervescent ease. And that set up the opportunity for Matt Bowman. He went to the left first time, this time went to the right. Waited for Ross Woolley to make his move and then made his own. To strike a hammer blow, perhaps at this stage, to Nottingham Trent's title hopes. Huge celebrations from Tupe Fadahunzi, and there's good reason, as he was celebrating later as well. A lovely volley from Cam Moore. Goalkeeper come out. Ollie Light stayed with Fadahunzi, but he just got the chest on and allowed the ball to trickle into the net. He ran straight over to our near side. I think he's got some family members in the crowd and friends he wanted to celebrate in front of. He did it with a look of confidence. It's a shame from Woolley. Just got his lines completely wrong. He could only look on as Ollie Light tried everything he could to stop Fadahunzi. Exasperation and massive celebration from Finn Brennan. We've had a substitution in the meantime, and we've got 4 minutes of extra time with all the substitution. There was a bit of a lengthy stoppage for Ollie Light as he had an injury. Headed clear, but well, Nottingham Trent with the drums have already started from Loughborough's fans. They're just edging that clock to keep ticking towards 94. And Loughborough right now just pitching camp in Nottingham Trent's half. They have been the better side in this second half, there's no doubt about that. Error ball. Allowing the ball to trickle out for a goal kick. Woolley won't find Gibson this time. Ward winning the battle in the air. Galley winning that. Light flicks through the air. Curl lands it onto our new player, Luke Martin. I think he's come on in place of, that is our substitute for Loughborough, is Luke Martin on in place of George Wilson. Well, as you can imagine, those inevitable corner of the pitch tussles in the last couple of minutes as Loughborough just wait for those minutes to tick down and just get that red carpet rolled out for their celebration.
The first penalty that Trent gave away, yes, the second one, very questionable.
That's Brennan. Give it to Fada Hunzi. And well, Kato came into the back of him. And the free kick won. Applause from George Ward to the fans on the near side. And a little word with Ollie Molyneux. You wonder what they're saying to each other. Well, Brennan and Fada Hunzi will get this ball. Referee's seen it all before. Well, this time it goes to Nottingham Trent. Ollie Light will look to move this out of their half. They'll kick themselves, I think, for the discipline in the second half and that last error for the fourth goal. They haven't had many shots on goal at all. And again, look at Loughborough, they're still fighting for a goal. Fada Hunzi will take us into the corner. Molyneux can't get it away. And there's more. Sending off our man of the match, Matty Bowman. Searing down that right wing. And there's probably a time for one more set piece. Loughborough fans just lining the near side of Basford United's ground, waiting for that almighty roar. Is their inevitable victory set to be announced. Free kick to be taken by Bowman. That's Parsons. Fada Hunzi. Gibson tries to get it downfield. Well, the referee's giving us more time. He's keeping Loughborough waiting. A Loughborough side that finished the regular season in third. They became, in order to get here, they became the first team to beat Stirling since the beginning of October in the semi-finals. Beat them 3-0. A team that has grown through this league and become a joy to watch. End with the cherry on top. The trophy. The top 9 years. Nottingham Trent's moment will come again, I think. They played some wonderful football. But discipline was the key. Experience was the key. And Loughborough had that in bucket loads in the second half. Max thanks mainly to Matty Bowman from the penalty spots. And also a nice little touch from Tupe Fada Hunzi, getting a just reward for his hard work. On a day where the women won earlier in the day, it's going to be a purple party in Nottingham. At full time, it's Loughborough 4, Nottingham Trent University 2. Loughborough win the Men's Football Championship final on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. Sam Kerr with a smile from ear to ear. And well, we're going to see those trophy ceremonies soon, but in the meantime, here are some of those moments from the second half. Yeah. Told him who.
Congratulations to Trent on making the final. Please present show appreciation for the silver medalist, Nottingham Trent University. But now it is time to crown our champions and BUCS gold medalists. Would you please show your appreciation for Loughborough University? see. And that is our player of the match award. And it does go to Loughborough's number 8, George Wilson. Please go back, thank you very much, George. And now it is time to have the trophy players of the Team Soccer, your 2022 Women's Champions.
Well, look at the scenes here at Basford United's ground. It's Loughborough's night under the floodlights. George Wilson winning the BUCS Player of the Match. We'll hope to hear from him very soon. And the head coaches for both sides. But the scoreline says it all. 4-2, Loughborough beating Nottingham Trent. As we said before, they won that second half. And they did it through 2 penalties, through Matty Bowman, and then it's an error from the goalkeeper, Woolley, allowed Tope Fadahunzi to bundle the ball into the back of the net for that 4th. A comeback win is always an exciting one from the stands, and we were certainly treated to a great spectacle here under the floodlights in North Nottingham on what has been a fantastic day of sport in the BUCS Big Wednesday powered by New Balance. We've seen an array of different sports, and it's been a pleasure to be here at the football on what has been a truly spectacular day for Loughborough University, having won the women's final 10-0 against Northumbria. They have pulled off a comeback win to see off Nottingham Trent, the local lads, 4-2. It takes a lot of character to come back. I hope to hear from their head coach, Jamie Clapham, very soon. But let's see, let's just watch them enjoying their moment. And we're going to hear now from the man who scored the 2 crucial goals. Well, it's great to see those scenes here at Basford United. It's what sport is all about. That pride in all the hard work that went in and taking that reward. This is the cherry on top for these players. And one of them is making his way over. The 2 of them are making their way over. We've got a treat here. We've got Matty Bowman, our man of the match, and also Jamie Clapham of Loughborough. Well, I mean, they're still talking tactics at the moment. Still even after the trophy's been won and the celebrations have happened. Let's hear from them now. Gents, while you both come in, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Well done, well done.
Cheers.
Matt, let's start with you. Talk me through your emotions right now.
Oh, it was a mental game, wasn't it? Obviously, started really quick. We knew it was going to be quick from the offset. Had to weather the storm a little bit. Obviously, went a goal down and then went 2-1 down as well, even though we got back into the game. But we knew if we stuck in it, and we said at half time, it goes to extra time. We only had to get a goal in the second half. We didn't have to chase it too much, and if we stuck in it and we stayed in the game, we knew our fitness would show, and it did. So yeah, really, really happy.
Coming out for the second half, 2-1 down. What did you say at half time?
I was pretty pleased with the first half. Obviously, we made an error for the second goal, but we knew it was going to be a fast start from both teams. They got their noses in front, which isn't great for us, but this group are really resilient. We've got great team spirit, great culture within it. Fair play to them, absolutely fantastic. I think second half we totally dominated, so full credit to them.
Absolutely. Mate, talk us through that process with the penalty, not once but twice, once to draw, once to put you ahead. Talk me through what's going through your head.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous for the second. It's the first time I've had it this year, to be fair, that I've had two in a game, but I practice them a lot every day in training. We practice them as a team a lot, so yeah, I just knew that if I held my nerve and waited for the keeper to move, I'd be able to slot it to the other side, and thankfully I did.
Certainly had him going both ways. Jamie, this is a great culmination. What does it mean for you?
I'm just really proud of the boys. You know, what I mean, it's not just the players on the pitch. We've got a squad that obviously got us to here. I've got staff members there that travel up and down. They're all volunteers. They're all students. I mean, I'm just lucky to lead this group and this staff to what was a great achievement tonight.
That's it, mate. It sounds like the party's getting started already. It's going to be a good night.
Yeah, I think it will. I think the boys have got their tickets already for tonight, so we'll get off. Yeah,
definitely. And of course, we talked about it before the game, but the girls winning earlier, the lads winning tonight. You've got an FA Vase semi-final. It's a great time to be at Loughborough.
It is a great time to be at Loughborough, that's for certain. It was. We knew it wasn't going to be the same scoreline as the girls going, that was for sure. But yes, so proud of just the whole university. I think it's been a great day for us all over Nottingham with our finals. So congratulations to everybody today from Loughborough.
It's actually massive. Is there any message you'd like to say to the fans who might be watching live at the moment?
Yeah, just thanks very much for all your support through the season. Obviously, we've had a lot down in recent games, and hopefully that continues into next weekend and hopefully beyond. So.
Well, massive moment on man of the match. Jamie, our head coach, our winning head coach, congratulations to you both. Go and enjoy the celebrations.
Cheers.
Well, great words. Congratulations, guys. Oh, great words from those guys. We said just you can see what it means to them, the passion that they have for the game, and you can sense the mentality that's gone into that whole one. They didn't have their heads down going into half-time 2-1 down. They came back, they had a plan, just asserting themselves in those wide positions, is making more of the attacking play as well. And it brought those two penalty opportunities which Matthew Bowman so coolly put away. And then of course we saw Fada Hunzi add cherry a couple of seconds later. And well, we're going to hear from Nottingham Trent as well, from Tom Shaw. Thank you very much for coming to see us.
No problem. Oh, yeah.
Very well. Well, just give us your immediate reaction to the result.
I'm really proud of our performance. I think the deciding factor in the football match was they're a full-time programme and we aren't. We train once a week and we just ran out of legs. There's two ways of attacking this. Knowing that we were the underdogs, we could sit in and bank up and try and stay in the game, but we wanted to have a right go, and we made it very uncomfortable for them, like to get in front and to be at 2-2 going late into the game. We did brilliant with that, but we just couldn't get out. We couldn't get out of half, couldn't find a route out. They were a bit fit, a bit sharp, a bit brighter. They moved the ball well. But we put up a good fight. I think we should be very proud of what we've done this year. We know where we are in like the pecking order of things in this sector and football university programmes. So to be in the final, to make it uncomfortable is a good bit of work, I think.
So this has been a historic night for Nottingham Trent, no matter what the result. How will you take on this going into the season break and building into the next couple of years?
Well, we just quickly had a chat there, and the chins are on their chest because it means a lot to them and they've put everything into it. But we only, out of our group of 20 in our performance group, only 2 lads leave. We've got 2 third years that are leaving, so we are well stocked going into next year. And every decision we make between now and the start of next year is to try and get back here this time next season. So we've got a really promising group. They've come together really well. They're playing with their mates. They spend a lot of time in each other's company away from football, and they've developed a brilliant togetherness, and that's why we've ended up overachieving and getting to this final.
Absolutely. It has been, despite the result for Nottingham Trent today, it's been a great day for the city and the universities, everybody coming together. I mean, is there any message you have for the fans that have been watching tonight?
Yeah, well, it's been a brilliant day. I've taken loads of it in. We had the girls' game, which we won this morning. I've been around the city watching the sport. It's fantastic. There's some very talented student athletes out there in all the different sports, and it's in a lot of sports it's not really tapped into, including football. There's some talented players on this pitch and they could play at a really good level. So it's been a great day for the city, good day, positive day for Nottingham Trent, which we're very proud of, and we'll patch ourselves up and ready to go again next year.
We'll see you next year. Tom, commiserations.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for coming to speak to us. Well, there we have it. Dust is starting to settle now here at Basford United on what has been a thrilling day of football, as we saw started with the women's football, which we saw earlier. Loughborough winning 10-0 against Northumbria, And Loughborough having been 2-1 down at half-time to Nottingham Trent, who put up one brilliant fight, as Tom Shaw said, to take his words there. It takes that bit of character, that bit of unity, that bit of teamwork, togetherness, and I think you could see that in the post-match interview. You could see it in the celebrations. Most importantly, you could see it in the goals and the way that they were celebrated here in North Nottingham. And it's certainly going to be a Loughborough party tonight. The purple patch is well and truly back in BUCS, and it's come on a brilliant day on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. I've been your host, Warren Muggleton. Thank you so much for joining us on BUCS YouTube and Facebook pages for all the sports that's taken place. We're already looking forward to next year. We hope you are too.